You need people like me so you can point your fucking finger and say that's the bad guy.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I have a very important video. The topic is Kazuya Mishima. We're all excited to see what he does and what he will do in Tekken 8. So what I want to do is take a look at the past. There is some clues, some hints that sort of gives us an idea of what the developers want this character to be. I have screenshots of the wiki, and I also have some lost tweets from Harada. Kazuya Mishima is a fictional character in Bandai Namco's Tekken fighting game series. First featured as the protagonist in the original 1994 game, and later became one of the major antagonists and anti-heroes of the series. The son of the worldwide conglomerate Mishima Zaibatsu CEO Heihachi Mishima, Kazuya seeks revenge against his father for throwing him down a cliff years earlier. Kazuya becomes corrupted in later games, seeking to obtain more power, and later eventually comes to conflict with his son Jin Kazama. Kazuya Mishima possesses the Devil Gene, a demonic mutation he inherited from his mother Kazumi Mishima, which can transform him into a demonic version of himself, known as Devil Kazuya. Devil Kazuya has often appeared as separate characters in previous installments, prior to becoming part of Kazuya's moveset in Tekken Tag Tournament 2 and later games. Now I have a tweet here that explains why Devil Kazuya and Kazuya was separate in past games, but now he's fused. And the reason why I want to read this is because Jin and Devil Jin. I think the same thing that happened with Kazuya and Devil Kazuya is the same thing that's going to happen to Jin and Devil Jin. Someone asks, why isn't Devil Kazuya his own character like Devil Jin is? Harada says, because he's completely fused with Devil now. The way that I explain the merging of these characters is not two separate characters being merged, but it's one character becoming whole. And I feel like it's the same for Devil Jin and Jin. When he transforms into Devil Jin, he doesn't really have control. He may be able to control or change what he does. We see there's times where Devil Jin goes after Xiao Yu, but Jin will stop it. He will prevent that. So you can see he's fighting for that control, but he's not necessarily in control. In Tekken 8, I don't know if they're going to develop the story in the sense to where he has control, but if they does, we could see the merging, the full formation of Jin and Devil Jin. The same way Devil Kazuya and Kazuya become one, Jin and Devil Jin may also as well. I have a tweet here from Harada. It's translated. At the bottom says, the motion actor for Jin's karate technique and some of Kazuya technique is actually Ryu Nasuru. Continuing with the wiki, it says Tekken producer Harada created Kazuya Mishima as a corrupted character with a pure dark side, as opposed to the father Heihachi Mishima, who Harada identified as having a more human dark side. The tweet that this is referring to gives more detail. Heihachi equals human dark side, Kazuya equals pure dark side, Jin equals dividing line, Jinpachi equals bald, Lars equals wig. Now, the more you read this tweet, the more it starts to troll, but the part where Jinpachi being bald and Lars having a wig, I do want to talk about this in another video, so stay tuned for that. When describing Kazuya's personality, Harada cited him, along with Heihachi and Jin Kazama, as violent characters of Tekken. He described the family as too quarrelsome, denying the claim that Tekken's plot is too convoluted. Harada said that its basic story is a simple struggle amongst members of the Mishima family with other characters dragged into the conflict. Someone asks, what about a Yakuza fighter on Tekken? It would be kind of interesting to see his or her story on Tekken. And Harada responds, Kazuya is almost Yakuza. The part in there as well where you talk about Kazuya being a robot. I didn't know this in Tekken 6, but in Tekken 6, Shinden is an extra costume available to Kazuya Mishima if the player buys the limited edition version of Tekken 6. Now, this is basically Mecha Kazuya. Now, of course, Kazuya didn't die. This is more so just a skin or extra costume, as they say. But the fact that you already have one of these characters being mechanized in a sense, I think that gives more weight to the fact that maybe Heihachi will be mechanized in Tekken 8. Now, I hope they actually give him the name of Mecha Heihachi instead of Robo Heihachi, or maybe they can call it Shinden Heihachi. Some variation like that will be really cool. But I didn't know this existed. Maybe some of you did, but the fact that it does just shows that they are willing to make these characters mechanical. Picking back up with the wiki, Kazuya's characterization has been influenced by his tragic past. Despite his initial formulaic traits often seen in fighting games in the first Tekken games, similar to Ryu from Street Fighter, Kazuya started showing signs of being more anti-stereotypical in the story. This was due to him becoming more of a villain from Tekken 2, clashing with his father on multiple times, who was originally the boss of the first Tekken game. Harada describes Kazuya as a focused power, writing that the character addresses different types of power. He explained, "That's kind of the story of Tekken, and it's shown as a certain reality for people themselves, rather than an idea, law, and order."
Everything you have, I will now take from you. Everything you thought you were, I have proven you are not.
Namco created Tekken 7 storyline as a conclusion. Harada also wanted the game to flesh out characters' relationships and reveal why they are enemies. As a part of the promotion for Tekken 7, he said that either Kazuya or Heihachi would die in their final fight. Not everything is over, but Mishima confrontation between Kazuya and Heihachi will be the end by the death of either one. And this was tweeted out at the start of Tekken 7 coming to console. And you can see that they really intend for Tekken 7 to be the end, to be the finale of the fight between them two. Now, I don't know if the community cries for Heihachi to return will sort of undo that, but that is where it started with Tekken 7. Watch Heihachi's video for more of an in-depth analysis on this. Surprised by the length of their rivalries between the characters and Tekken's popularity as a franchise, he felt it necessary to end in a fight to the death. Although Kazuya's rivalry with Heihachi ended in Tekken 7, his relationship with his son was left unresolved. Heihachi said that Jin's mother, Jun Kazama, would be an important and essential element in talking about the story of Kazuya and Jin Kazama. Kazuya's relationship with Jun has been described as a common love story in regards to the interactions between a corrupted man and a good-naturedly woman, respectively. While Jun originally meant to be Kazuya's enemy in Tekken 2, the two ended up becoming lovers due to Jun finding the hidden, caring side of Kazuya behind his devil persona. Going more in detail with the devil persona, Kazuya Devil Persona was created to meet Bandai Namco's request for more unrealistic characters in Tekken, such as Kuma, in contrast with Virtual Fighter series. Devil Kazuya is unlockable as an alternate skin for Kazuya in the first game, so he appears as a separate character for Tekken 2 and Tekken Tag Tournament. Kazuya Devil form represents a common element in fantasy, but it stands out due to it being related to his genes, most notably Jin's own devil. The parallelisms between Kazuya and Jin Devil were compared to the protagonists of Star Wars films, Darth Vader and Luke, respectively.
Obi-Wan has taught you well.
I will not fight you, Father.
You are unwise to lower your defenses.
And that is pretty much where we stand with Kazuya. Jin operating as his rival, and Jun Kazama possibly being thrown in the pot to spice it all up and make the story more interesting to watch. I have 3 tweets that I want to read to end off this video. The first one, it jumps right in the middle of a discussion where the community was talking about how Kazuya is so evil and how he's so vicious. It says people aren't leopards and hearts change every day. And Harada says Kazuya is not people / human, that's all. And it's basically saying that yes, people change, yes, people aren't vicious, they aren't animals, they aren't dark, but Kazuya is not that. The devil gene really changed him and really made him something different. And we also got this same sort of answer in Tekken Bloodline. When Heihachi was explaining the devil gene and explaining Kazuya, he was saying that yes, Kazuya was always sort of this dark character, but the devil gene really amplified that, really changed that.
The devil gene enhanced Kazuya's fighting ability. It gave him great power, but it also consumed him. He was completely overtaken by the evil force.
The same thing with Paul Phoenix. He said Kazuya not only beat people, but he made them suffer. He made them regret ever stepping in the ring with him in the first place.
Kazuya was a mean bastard. It wasn't enough for him to just win. He had to hurt, and he had to humiliate his opponent. It's no secret to anybody.
The final tweet. Will Jun Kazama ever be brought back into the story? I want to see her save Kazuya personally. Harada says, naturally. Now I have no comment, but someday. She's an important and essential element in talking about the story of Kazuya and Jin Kazama. And with that, I will conclude this video. This is sort of my just in-depth analysis, just looking at the character and where it started and where it's sort of at right now. Everything that I discussed in this video, Heihachi's video, and just over the past couple of months, I'm really getting excited for Tekken 8 and what's to come, because it really looks like this character is going to be different. This time it's going to be different. It's not going to be repeating the same story and Heihachi comes back to life. It looks like Harada has a plan for these characters and he's going to put that into action. He's going to do that. And in that, he has my 100% support. But that's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to leave a like on it. Also subscribe to the channel. But that's going to be it. I'll see you next time, and bye-bye.